Rishi Kodom was another important hermit figure appearing in legend and directly connected to the origins of Svaha, Pali, Sukreep, and Hanuman, all of whom played essential roles in Rama's victory over the demon. Tosuk in the beginning, Rishi Kodom had been a king ruling the city of Saket. He had no son or daughter and eventually grew weary of worldly power and kingship. He announced everything and ordained as a hermit dwelling in the forest, practicing meditation for many years, until his hair and beard grew wild like thick grass. 2 sparrows built in a stand lived together within his beard and stayed there for a long time. One day the female bird laid eggs and sat on them, while the male went out searching. For food, he became absorbed in pecking at the nectar of a lotus flower until sunset, when the blossom closed, trapping him inside until morning. When the flower opened, he flew back to the nest. The female suspected him of infidelity for not returning overnight and scolded him harshly. The male swore that if he had indeed betrayed her, then may the sin of Rishi Kodom fall upon him. Though Rishi Kodom sat motionless, with eyes closed as if lifeless, he heard all and asked the birds what sin he had committed that should fall upon them. The male bird replied, asking Kodom had left his city without producing heirs and self noon to inherit the throne. That in itself was a sin hearing. This Rishi Kodom realized the truth of the charge. He wished his hair and beard, tied it up and built a fire. Then, chanting mantra 1,000 times, she caused a maiden of divine beauty to arise from the flames. He named her Kala Ajaa, meaning sacrifice of time. He lived with her, and they had a daughter named Svaha. Later, Indra saw that Nantoka had been reborn as Tosuk, and that soon Vishnu would incarnate as Rama. Indra decided to divide his essence and be reborn a warrior to help Rama. In the time when Rishi Kodom was away in the forest, Indra approached and took Kala Ajaa, consort. 10 months later, she bore a green-skinned son whom the Rishi believed to be his own. The sun god had the same thought, and when Kodom was again in the forest, the two approached Kala Ajaa and took her as his wife. 10 months later, she bore a skinned son again, believed by Kodom to be his own. One day the Rishi went to bath with all 3 children. He carried the youngest in his right arm, held his daughter Svaha by the left, and then let the other ride upon he. Spak, seeing this, Svaha complained bitterly, saying her father loved the other 2 more than her, for he carried and lifted them while letting her walk. Hearing this, Kodom asked what she meant. She revealed that when he was away in the forest, 2 men had come to live with her mother in the hut. Kodom now wished to know which child was truly his. He prayed that whichever was his own would swim back to him, and those who were not would be unable to return, but instead transform into monkeys. He cast all 3 into the water. Svaha alone swam back. The other 2 crossed to the far bank and became monkeys, disappearing into the forest. Indra and the sun god, seeing their sons scarce to live as monkeys, created a kingdom for them to rule, called Kishkinda. Indra's son, Pali, became king, and the sun's son, Sukreep, became viceroy, commanding a great army of monkeys. When Kodom returned from the river, he was filled with rage at Kala Ajaa for her betrayal. He cursed her to become a stone sunk in the ocean to be freed. Only when Vishnu in the form of Rama would use that stone to build the causeway to Lanka for the war against Tosakanth, Kala Ajaa, furious, cursed her Dao. Geta Svaha in turn, condemning her to stand on one leg, cling to a tree branch with her mouth open, eating only air until she bore a monkey child. When Shiva learned of Swaha's curse, ordered Vayu, the wind god, to cast his weapons into her mouth so their offspring would be empowered. He gave her a diamond club for the spine of the tail, a diamond trident for the body, hands and feet, and a diamond discus for the head. He commanded Vayu to care for Svaha as the father of the child. Svaha carried the child for 30 months before giving birth in the year of the tiger in the 3rd Lu. Namonth on a Tuesday, the child leaped from her womb, already a white monkey, the size of a 16-year-old youth. Immediately he displayed his powers, flying into the sky, taking the form of 4 faces and 8 arms, wearing diamond earrings with crystal fangs and yawning to become sun and moon. Vayuna made him Hanuman according to the decree of the gods.